This is Joe Bev. Coming up on the Joe Bev Show, Brute Ballingham, Private Detective, The Excruciating Hello, Chapter 1, The Camp Kilmer Case. That's coming up on the Joe Bev Show.
The Largo Tobacco Company, makers of White House cigars, presents Show Off Showcase. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'm your host, Mr. Richard Blaine. Tonight, Largo Tobacco is proud to present the distinguished star of stage and screen, Mr. Humphrey Bogart, starring as Brute Ballingham, Private Detective in The Camp Kilmer Case, with special guest star Sidney Bluestreet, featuring the famous European film star Peter Gorey, and co-starring the talented and lovely Broadway star Mary Asterisk.
It was a Monday morning, another day, another week. I cast aside the morning glow, the city's only rag sheet. I couldn't read any more trash. I lit a cigarette and looked out through the soot-stained windows of the city of steel, my city, New York. The sun's rays persistently filtered through the rising smoke of the factories below and into my office, shooting beams of sunlight like some atomic ray gun across the hardwood floors of my office, over my desk, and halfway up the pine door to the milky glass upon which the once gold and now yellow chip words Brute Ballingham, Private Detective were branded. From behind the expansive oak desk I crushed out my butt. Downstairs, 10 brick warehouse floors below, the persistent bamming, clanging of the Tycho Brahe slaughterhouse with its massive metallic death machines rhythmically shoots its death knell up to the ears of me, Brute Ballingham, marking the morning's hours in flank steaks and hind quarters. Mulata, come here. And our local officials are still completely baffled. No suspects are being questioned at this time, Sergeant Sean Muldoon of the 13th Precinct said. And so another example of our allegedly top-notch constabulary's foolish pride. They stubbornly insist on standing firm and refuse the offer of professional assistance from the FBI in the case of the stolen subatomic particles from Camp Kilmer last Thursday. This rag sheet.
Yes, Mr. Ballingham.
Mulata, what do you see out there? You know what that is? It's New York, the biggest city in America, maybe the world. The hopes and dreams of thousands of kids and old ladies for a better way of life. That's what's out there. Grocery stores and Chinese laundries, shoe shine stands and penny arcades. That's what's out there. The little people. The little people alone. Alone without protection.
Yes, Mr. Ballingham.
America. America. And now this Camp Kilmer case.
Camp Kilmer?
Some slime threatening to shatter those little people, destroy forever all those hopes.
Yes.
All those dreams.
Yes.
All those wishes.
Yes.
All those wants.
Yes.
All those desires.
Yes. Oh, Mr. Ballingham. You brute.
What's that?
Don't you know?
Phone. Ah, could be a break in the Kilmer case.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mr. Ballingham.
Who is this?
4 o'clock by Manny's pool hall.
Gotcha, scum.
The payment, Mr. Ballingham.
How much, puke?
Well, you know, Mr. Ballingham, things have been...
Don't
very-
give me none of your slob
Okay.
stories. I ain't no priest.
Okay, 3.
Forget it.
2. I won't take less than 2.
Where are you, maggot?
I won't take less than 2.
All right, 2.
Leave them in the usual spot.
Right.
Oh.
Manny's pool hall. I knew Pudskin was tied up in this.
You're leaving? Now?
That was Ernie. Drop off 2 bottles of Aqua Velvet for him. Port Authority, 2nd floor men's room. You know the place. This god-awful freight elevator takes forever. Ernest J. Scungili, alias Ernie the Stookie. Right now, he's probably relieving his kidneys on the side of that phone booth he used. Creature of habit, always leaving an unmistakable trail. I've known that rat for a long time, long enough not to trust him. Still, I saved his hide 4 years ago. He owes me. That was my first big case. The buy a pound of flesh caper. That's what the papers called it. And me, they labeled me the guardian of the little people. And all 'cause Ernie spilled the beans about her, Latrine Cassette, the X-rated movie star and part-time taffy puller. I saw through that phony cover on the first day. Couldn't get the proof till I convinced Ernie to give it to me. And for all my help in breaking up the syndicate that was illegally distributing pornographic bite-sized saltwater taffy, I get a letter of appreciation from the mayor. Latrine Cassette got 3 years in Leavenworth, charged with modeling without a license and not washing her hands after leaving the restroom. But Corporal Sean Muldoon, the arresting officer, he gets promoted to sergeant and transferred to the city's prized 13th precinct. Ernie the stoolie, he goes scot-free 'cause I testify under oath that he was not the ingredients mixer at the syndicate's concealed plant Far Rockaway. That was a lie. I knew it. The judge knew it. Even the DA knew it. But they didn't care about Ernie. They really wanted Manny Putskin, now the proprietor of, you guessed it, Manny's Pool Hall. But they couldn't get Manny, so they settled for Latrine.
Morning.
About time you got this thing fixed.
It's all ready for you, Mr. Ballingham.
That puke Ernie stiffened me for 2 bottles of Aqua Velvet. How he can drink that stuff, I'll never under... What the... Wait till I get a hold of that repairman. Wait a minute. That repairman. He looked sort of familiar. He knew my name. Why would a greasy, smelling, slimy repairman know my name? That dirty scum!
We will return, but first a message from the Largo Tobacco Company, makers of White House cigars.
White House cigars, made of the finest quality. They've got quality. White House cigars. They bring back old memories, haunting memories. When we were kids from the candy store on our block, we would swipe a fresh White House and smoke it in the vacant lots. Oh, White House cigars. Yes, friends were braver then. No, they'd never squeal. Too bad that we got caught. Got 5 to 10. I don't know what I'm missing, 'cause all day long I'm listening to that gang that smoked White House cigars. White House cigars.
The tension springs that were my mind finally recoiled back into their usual position as I sat, still groggy, on the bourbon-stained front seat of my dark gray DeSoto, now parked strategically across from Manny's Pool Hall. As I tossed out the empty pint of Granddad, my thoughts, clearer now, drew back to review each and every subtle detail of the morning's accident.
Anybody there?
Dear Lord. How many cows went in that elevator?
The elevator. Is that the detective?
3 cows ran the shaft way.
Call the fire department. Call an ambulance.
He's coming around.
Don't move him. Hey, get another crowbar.
Look at that. The cable.
What's going on here?
Cow, the cable's been cut. Okay, give me a hand there.
Call the insurance company.
Right there.
I got him. It's Mr. Ballingham.
He's coming around.
Give him some air.
He's okay.
Move away there.
Sure must have
It's okay. It's over.
Wait till I get my hands on that puke Ernie. Set me up in that elevator. Nah, he's too dumb to figure that. I know who the real brains of this outfit is. Imagine him thinking he could make me the fall guy.
Manny Ballingham.
That's Mr. Ballingham, you slime.
Mr. Ballingham. Yes, sir. Mr. Ballingham. Yes, sir.
That's better. Now, where's the owner of this den of shattered dreams? Manny, where's Manny?
Oh, he's in his office.
What?
In his office, Mr. Ballingham, sir.
Well, Mr. Ballingham, what a pleasant surprise. I bet. Well, Latrine Cassette, when did you get out? You're not talking to me anymore, Latrine. Well, what can I do for you, Mr. Ballingham? Pretty sly, eh, Manny? Okay, I'll bite. I was just passing by and decided to pay my respects. Just got back from a little trip, visiting my aunt. She lives out near Camp Kilmer. Well, that's nice. So, you're not talking, eh? I said it was nice. All right. I ain't got time for you right now, Manny. I just want you to know that I know what's going on. I'm on to you, and one day, pal, you're gonna get yours. Goodbye, Latrine.
Brute.
Found your voice, eh?
Hold on for a sec. You know how jealous he is. I can't talk in front of Manny.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny, you keeping still.
What do you mean?
Remember Singapore? That rainy night?
Oh, Brute. Oh, that was the best time.
Yeah, I guess you had a lot of time on your hands to think about it.
There wasn't one night in all those 3 years when I didn't. You remember Singapore too, don't you, Brute? You said you did.
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
Let's go back there right now. Come on, Brute, we could hop...
Not so fast, sister. Just 'cause I remember the smell of your perfume don't mean I'm gonna jump no slow boat to China.
Oh, but Brute...
That's Mr. Ballingham, ex-con. Now, where's Ernie?
I don't know.
I said, where's Ernie?
Oh, probably out back, drinking his aqua velvet.
That's better. Now take a walk.
Brute, where are you going? Going to meet her, aren't you?
Her? Her who? What are you talking about? I'm going to the can.
Don't forget me.
How can I? You still wear that same perfume.
Oh, Brute.
Latrine, every time I go to the can, I think of you.
Her tears flowed like wine.
Yes, her tears flowed like wine.
She's a real sad tomato.
3 bottles. 3. I know there were 3. She gave me 3. Better than just 2. Where did I put number 3? Oh, there you are. I'm going to Papa.
Hey, Puke! Where are you?
Oh, no.
I can smell you, scum! I know you're here!
Mr. Ballingham!
Get your glass eye over here, maggot!
Yes, Mr. Ballingham. My aqua velvet! No!
What the?
Uncle Brute! Uncle Brute! In here! Here, quick!
Hey there!
You got him, Uncle Brute! You got him! Boy, that was great shooting, Uncle Brute!
Yeah.
We better call the local constabulary, Uncle Brute.
Nah, not just yet. I want to do some investigating privately first.
Good thinking, Uncle Brute. After all, you are a private investigator. Who better qualified to make an investigation privately?
Put a button on it, Big E. First, I'm going to look over that car to find out who was trying to croak me. And then you've got some explaining to do. Like why you're not in school.
Well, Uncle Brute, you see...
Not now. First things first. Wait here. Okay, it's all over. Get out of there with your hands high. Latrine. You. Well, sister, when did you get your driver's license? Give me that gat.
Huh? Oh, Brute. Brute.
You puke.
Is he dead? Huh, Uncle Brute?
It ain't no he. It's a puke.
A dame?
Yeah.
Is she?
Nah, just passed out. Hand me that gat. There.
Here you go, Uncle Brute. Wow, she's got 2 of them. Boy, look at the size of these.
Yeah, 38s. Now, as for you, Pipsqueak, what are you doing here?
I've been looking for you all day. I went to your office, and they said there had been an accident with an elevator. So I deduced that the next logical place where you might have gone was to a hospital. Now, there are 4 hospitals in the immediate vicinity, but only 3 have emergency rooms.
Never mind, here come the Flatfoots.
What do we do, Uncle Brute?
Just keep your trap shut, and let me do all the talking. Well, if it isn't Corporal Muldoon.
That's Sergeant Muldoon now, Ballingham. You know that. What's all this?
Looks like attempted murder, driving under the influence, driving without a license, failing to come to a full stop at a stop sign, exceeding the speed
Binky,
limit.
you're flapping your jaws again.
Well, we'll take care of this all right. Come along there, miss. Ah, well, latrine cassette. Here's a nice kettle of fish you've gotten into. What do you know about this?
Just got here myself.
A likely story.
Now, Muldoon, would I conceal information if my pal Latrine was in trouble?
Well, you might, Ballingham. You might. All right, missy, you're going downtown to the station house. Officer Cassidy, grab those 38s. The guns, Cassidy, the guns!
Now, wait a minute there, Muldoon. Latrine, I'll be sure to remember you now.
Yeah, you can remember her with a letter every week. Her address for the next 5 to 10 will be Leavenworth.
That's the way it goes, Latrine.
Yes, Brute. Those are the breaks.
Dames. Ernie!
What, Uncle Brute?
That scum. Where did he... That's the second time today he set me up.
Tensely in anticipatory silence, Uncle Brute and I, Bunsen Pierce Boyle III, nicknamed Binky, and Uncle Brute's dented DeSoto were crisscrossing the concrete maze surrounding the area of Manny's pool hall. Efficiently, I maneuvered the large sedan, while from the corner of my eye I watched Uncle Brute's gaze momentarily fall upon a crushed, slightly yellowed newspaper pressed beneath his massive thigh. The headline read, "Stolen Subatomic Particle." But neither Uncle Brute nor I could read further, for just then I turned onto 8th Avenue. That's him, isn't it, Uncle Brute? Ernie the Stoolie, coming out of that phone booth.
Pull over, I'll get him. Gotcha, Puke. Get in there.
Oh, he stinks, Uncle Brute. Look, his pants are all wet.
Creature of habit. Okay, you maggot. Talk.
I'll tell you anything, Mr. Ballingham. Just don't hurt me.
Then start singing.
They got Mulana. Holy cow! I thought something was fishy when I went to your office and she wasn't there.
Who? I said who? Talk. Talk.
The cops, Uncle Brute, driving up behind us. Maybe they're looking for Ernie, too. Holy mackerel, what do we do, Uncle Brute?
Shut up and sit tight.
They went right past us, Uncle Brute. Maybe they didn't recognize us, or maybe...
Yeah, maybe. One thing for sure, we can't just sit here.
Where to, Uncle Brute?
Camp Kilmer.
Camp Kilmer? But... Oh, I see. The cops would never think of looking for Ernie there. Not since that subatomic particle thing.
All right, Binky, you know the rest of the way from here, right? It's just a few miles ahead on this road, right on the other side of the mountain.
Gotcha, Uncle Brute.
Now, as for you, maggot, who kidnapped Mulata?
Miss Latrine. She gave me 3 bottles not to tell you.
Where? Where did she take her?
I don't know. Really, I don't know, Mr. Ballingham.
Maggot?
Oh.
So, she was the one who was jealous of Mulata.
Gee, Uncle Brute, with Latrine in stir, we may never find out where Mulata is.
Well, there's someone who knows. And if I'm playing my cards right, he'll be waiting for us at Camp Kilmer.
You mean Manny?
Just drive.
Uncle Brute! The brakes! The brakes!
What?
The brakes are gone!
Well, quite a day for you, eh, Ballingham?
Got a butt?
Always the tough guy, eh? Well, you're tougher than most, I'll give you that.
Light?
Well, it looks like Ernie the stoolie won't be stinking up any more phone booths. We assume that twisted mass of slimy flesh crushed in the back seat was Ernie?
Yup.
Yeah, we figured so. The corpse had a broken bottle of aqua velvet in its back pocket. Hey, that kid, a relative?
Why?
Busted his jaw. Won't be able to talk for a couple of months. He wrote down, ask Uncle Brute.
Just my driver.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe you should have busted your jaw, too. Then you wouldn't have to give out all this valuable information.
You could tell the driver to drop me off at my office.
That I already knew. We're headed there. All right, Ballingham, I give up. What in the name of all that's holy have you been up to today? You stirred up more trouble than a bag of wet cats. You know something the police don't.
So how's the wife, Muldoon?
Okay, Ballingham, you win.
Muldoon?
Yes?
Got another butt. This place stinks of bourbon and butts. Somewhere down there, Mulata is being held captive. But where? So I've got company, eh? Gotcha, scum!
It's me, Brute. It's me.
Mulata?
Mr. Ballingham, are you all right?
Me? Sure, sweetheart, why not?
Your car, the brakes, what happened?
Happened? You tell me.
Well, after you left here yesterday morning, I heard the elevator crash. I ran for the stairs, but I heard someone coming down from the vacant floor above. I quickly closed the fire door and let them pass. It was a repairman, or so I thought. He was pulling off his clothes. I went back to the office and waited for him to leave the building. I could see the street exit from the window by my desk. Well, no repairman came out, but a woman did. Latrine Cassette. I didn't even know she was out of jail. I guess you knew that, huh, Mr. Ballingham?
Sure, yeah. Go on.
Well, she was using her noggin all right, 'cause as soon as she hit the street, she just casually walked around the corner and became another interested spectator to the accident. That gave me time to get downstairs and follow her. It was touch and go for a while, but I caught up with her at Manny's pool hall. You got there just after we did. And once you went inside, she was under your car like... What are those three peppy guys? Manny, Mo, and what's it?
What three guys? I didn't know Manny had two partners.
Anyway, from what I could see, she was disconnecting your brake lines. Then she went around back into Manny's through the private entrance in the alley.
Private entrance?
I looked inside, but I couldn't see either of you, so I decided to fix the DeSoto. I was almost finished when I heard 2 gunshots, then a crash. I went to get the cops, and wouldn't you know, they arrested me for vagrancy. In my rush, I forgot my pocketbook. Said I was a streetwalker if ever they saw one.
Interesting. Got a butt?
Right here, Mr. Ballingham.
Go on.
Well, by the time Muldoon got back to the precinct...
Light?
Yeah. Muldoon was the only cop there who I figured would know me. When he got back, from Manny's, by the way, I told him about your car. No more than that. I figured let him do his own work. That's what you always say, right, Mr. Ballingham?
Good girl. Then what?
I came back here. I knew you'd end up back here. I figured you must be on a really big case, and I knew you'd want to fill me in with what you'd found out.
Good thinking. So what'd you do in the meantime?
The meantime? Why, nothing really. Just, oh, I see. Gee, Mr. Ballingham, now I remember. You said, when you run a case, you gotta keep moving. Can't expect the evidence to come walking through the door. And I just sat here. Golly, I guess I really wasn't much help after all.
It's okay, kid. So what did you do? Catch up on some filing?
Oh, Mr. Ballingham, you're so funny. No, I finally had a chance to straighten up your office. I didn't throw out anything, just made piles. God, you had newspapers from 2 months ago all over your desk. Checking up on some old case, I figured. Trying to tie it in with the one you're on now.
Old newspapers?
Well, the way you ran out of here after that phone call.
Oh, yeah, the phone call.
Can't imagine which one, though. Back then, the only thing them muckrakers were peddling was that Camp Kilmer trash. Even 3 days after it was solved, they were still pushing how the cops took too long to recover the stolen particles. I couldn't help think that if you'd been on that one, you would have cracked it in 36 hours. Right, boss?
2 months ago. Solved.
What?
Yeah, sure, kid. 36 hours. Why not? Mulata, what do you see out there? You know what that is? That's New York. New York, the biggest city in America. The hopes and dreams of thousands of kids and old ladies for a better... Wait a minute.
Something wrong, Mr. Ballingham? Mr. Ballingham, why did you rip the phone out of the wall?
Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the hopes and dreams of thousands for a better way of life.
Yes.
The wildest desires of the average man.
Yes.
The instinctual passions of the lonely detective.
Yes, yes.
And that's the Joe Bev Show. We'll have Chapter 2 of Brute Ballingham Private Detective, The Excruciating Hello, next time. I'm Joe Bev. You want to hear more? Get your Joe Bev audio at Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.